What is going on? My name is Mike, and this is all about pressure washing. And today, I'm going to answer the question, do I need a pressure washing contract? So that's a question that I hear all the time from guys that are just starting out in their pressure washing business, but also from seasoned business owners that have never had one in place. And the answer to the question is yes, you 100% need a contract for your pressure washing business. So a contract not only protects us and our business, but it also protects the customer and their property, also setting the expectations for the customer of what's going to be taking place during the services and what they need to do prior to our arrival to prepare their property and some of the things to look out for and let us know about. And that's all well and good. And of course, it's a legally binding agreement, but you also need to understand that most customers are never going to open this up. They're never going to read the contract. Even though the contract has been delivered, the customer has it, and upon agreeing to your estimate, they are agreeing to the terms and conditions of the contract. But they're probably never going to read it, right? I mean, like, I personally very rarely read the fine print. I probably should more often, but that's the reality of it. I trust the people are going to do right by me, deliver what they promise, and we all move on happy and satisfied. And I think most people are like that too. So we're legally covered should anything go south. A window is open, bleach gets in. They had bad door seals or a window seal, and SH gets in and destroys their carpet or maybe a rug or a couch. You show up to clean the house and the screen porch, but they haven't moved a single thing like it was explained in the contract, and now you have to spend your time moving their property so you can get started with the job that you quoted. So who's going to reimburse you for your time? Well, if you have a contract, it stipulates that there will be an additional charge should you have to move their stuff. We're all pressure washing companies, right? We're not moving companies. So you got to be compensated for moving this stuff. And there's all kinds of what ifs and other variables that we deal with on a daily basis. And a good contract covers these things. But like I said, chances are they didn't read it. And you really have to go into it thinking then knowing that they didn't read it and that they're not going to be prepared. They're not going to check their window seals or their door seals. They're not going to check to make sure all the windows are tightly closed. They're not going to move the property off the porch because probably they might just assume that this is included in the quote, or it's something they never even thought about. And at the end of the day, all we really want as business owners is happy customers. We don't want to damage their property. All we want to do is clean it. We want to be paid. We want repeat customers who tell their friends and family about the great experience they had with our companies and leave us a 5-star review, right? So on top of having a contract, we also need to go a step further and let the customer know in advance through email automation about all these things. Moving their property, making sure if they have leaking windows that they put towels inside if they have issues. Let us know so we can avoid causing more damage if the property is in disrepair and they know about it, like rotted wood, the siding is loose, whatever the case is. And this may seem redundant to you because you've already provided them with the contract, but we as business owners want to provide the best service possible, and that is exceeding the customer's expectations every single time we're at a property. So you need to have in place processes that notify and allow the customer to know what your expectations are for them prior to your arrival. This can be done through text, email, or even on the phone. I personally like to have written documentation so I can reference that at a later date if needed. Now, this seldom happens, but it's better to be safe than sorry, and it will also increase your efficiency if you're not having to deal with all the other issues. Just focus on the cleaning of the property, right? So the other component of this is obviously a pre-inspection prior to work, preferably with the customer, to walk around the house and make sure that there are no possible issues, no pre-existing damage, and it's absolutely vital that all of this is documented and reported to the customer so they understand this was not an issue created by your company. My company uses a 28-point pre-inspection app that we designed specifically for the pressure washing industry that covers everything you might encounter on a residential property. All of my techs have it on their phones, and they do this prior to every single job. They're able to take pictures, video, voice memos, which is then delivered via email to the customer before we get started. And if there are any kind of significant issues, we will talk to the customer to make sure they want to proceed. If you're interested in saving a little money and time to protect your business, we have a legally binding contract created by an attorney. We also have the pre-inspection package with that app and the email sequences available on the resource page. There is a link below. So to sum it all up, yes, you do need a customer contract. You also need to have exceptional communication with your customers. This will serve you well now and moving forward with your business in the future. It's also important to document absolutely everything and keep meticulous records should you need it at a later date. And there's no better time to do that than the pre-inspection walkthrough. All right, well, I hope you got something out of it. Really appreciate you watching, and have a great day.